As sad as it is, this series has finally come to an end. This was such a fun series for me to shoot because this is a lot of questions that I get from you guys and from the general public because of my involvement in nursing, but also because I work as a student assistant. I get to deal with this applications a lot. So I really hope you guys have found information and knowledge and guidance through this series. And if you haven't watched this whole series, I would highly suggest you go and watch it. And if you have friends, family, relatives that are about to enter into their whole journey to university, please do share this series with them. It answers most of the questions that I get from people regarding university applications. They're obviously always welcome to comment down below and let me know any other questions or DM me, but I believe this series has answered a lot of those questions. So in this video, I'm just going to give you a little summary and then there's a little announcement at the end. So definitely watch till the end for that. So the first video that I did was mistakes to avoid when doing your university application, with the most important one is not doing research. Please make sure that when you're embarking on this journey, it's a lot about finding out things about yourself, what you want to study, which university you want to go to, what does the university offer, what does the career offer, where can you, as you can see, there's a lot of things that you need to know before you actually sit down and do the application. And this is why a lot of people end up making a lot of mistakes on the application process, because they haven't done the research prior and now they're trying to do the application and research all at the same time. So please make sure that you do your research. Second video was about how to fund your studies, and I specifically focused on how to apply for bursaries and scholarships. And I gave you a challenge in that video, and this challenge is very important. If you haven't done it, I highly suggest you do it. But the premise of the whole challenge is for you to come face to face with your finances, because finance is a huge determinant for why a lot of students don't end up going to university. So before you try to embark on it, make sure that you're aware of the type of finances that are happening within yourself, with your own personal budget, but also with your family, because as students sometimes we might not be fully aware of the financial standing of our family. So it's important that you're having this discussion with your family so that you guys know your way forward when you're doing your university application. And I also advise you guys to use the tool called Bursaries SA. It's a website where they provide you all the information that you need to know about bursaries that are currently open or that are on offer in South Africa. So it's a great tool for you to use if you're looking for bursaries and scholarships. So I'd highly suggest that you go look for that, but I'll also link it down in the description box. The third video was to my international students, your SAQA and your USaf evaluation forms. Please make sure that you know which evaluation authority board you're going to, and know the difference between SAQA and USaf, and make sure that you're doing these applications as early as possible so that it doesn't delay the decision from the university, because they're going to need those certificates before you apply. But please note, if you do your high school in South Africa, you do not need to go via SAQA or USaf, even if you're an international student. Fourth video was about your NBT preparation, and the main focus of this video is I was advising you guys to please do your NBT test just before your June exams or just after, so that all your June exam preparation is still fresh in your mind, but also because early in the year the NBT test is going to be covering your grade 11 stuff and your metric stuff up until March. If you do it later on, the content that you're going to have to study becomes a lot more. So that's my top tip with that. The fifth video was about how to choose your career, and the three aspects that I was covering was identifying your skills and interests, getting work experience and exposure, and also tailor making your career so that it fits your personal circumstances. If you're unsure about what type of career that you want to go into, I would highly suggest that you go watch that video. But also, if you've got access to a guidance counselor, I would highly suggest that you also approach them and have a discussion with also your family so that you guys can make the right decision, so that you're choosing the career that is perfect for you and your personality, and not because your parents want you to. The sixth video was about how to choose your subjects, and it was a piggyback to the video on how to choose your career, because you need to know what career you're going into so that you're making the best decision when you're choosing your subjects. This video was mostly dedicated to my grade 9s or my early grade 10s, because they still have an opportunity to change their subjects. But if you're a post-matric or you're currently in matric, I also gave you 2 tips on how you can sort of work around the wrong subject choices to be able to still study what you want. So if you're post-matric and you do not have the subjects that you need for you to study the degree that you want to go into, go watch that video. It will really give you a top tip on what you can do. So after we've discussed what career you're going to go into and you've made sure that you have the right subjects, then we got into choosing the institution that you're going to study at. And I focus on the differences between a college and a university. I gave you some things to think about when you're choosing the institution that you're going to study at. The main things that you're mostly looking for is the academics, the industry connections that the university is affiliated to, and also the support that university is going to provide for you as a student and also for your future career. And then in last week's video, I covered the whole university application process, the actual practical part of you filling in the form. And I gave you some tips on things that you need to do to make sure that it goes smooth, like having a notebook to keep all your passwords, or making sure that you're checking every single number that you put in when you're doing your university application. So I have covered a lot of content in this series, and I would highly suggest that you click the playlist over here to go watch it if you've missed any videos. But as always, sharing is caring, so please make sure that you share with as many people as possible so that we can make sure that the university application process is as smooth as possible. So with a little announcement at the end, if you still feel that you need some personalized and one-on-one advice and guidance on how to do your university application, I am going to be offering a university application consultation. It does come with a small fee, but for what I'm offering you, it's definitely worth it. So if you'd be interested in joining that service, you can go down in the description box. There's a Google form for you to fill in, and I'll be in contact with you very soon. So until next time, the reason why I keep saying next time and not next Friday is because my videos recently have been not on Fridays and between Tuesdays and Fridays, because I wanted to get this series finished, but also because we're going into the exam period. So I'm just trying to get all my content out before exams, so that once it's exams, I'm not going to be posting anything, and then I will see you guys early June. So until next time, have an awesome one. Bye guys.